And EastLASportsScene.com. We're back on your airwaves, through your internet, through the medium that you enjoy the best right now. It's instant and it's actually happening right now. And we are speaking with our guest for this particular show on East LA Sports Scene, Mr. Carlos Morales, and he is the founder of the East Side Bicycle Club. Carlos, how are you?
Doing fantastic, Rico. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for coming and taking some important time out of your schedule, because we cover all sports. That's our claim to fame, if we want to say that. We cover the major sports. We cover other lesser-known sports, but those sports that are in our community that are not on that radar screen as they should be. And you're doing something very, very profound to our community, with our community, for our community, by having this club. Let's talk about the start of the East Side Bicycle Club.
Fantastic. The Eastside Bike Club started in June of 2008. At the time, the reason I started the club, I was having a very, very difficult time with my weight. I weighed close to 400 pounds.
Wow.
And I had gastric bypass surgery.
Okay.
And part of the surgery, I had to change the habits, the way I eat, and start to exercise. I didn't do that. One of the reasons why I started the bike club was I said, I know when I was a kid, I enjoyed bike riding, and I said, why don't I do it with a couple of friends? So when we started the club, it was about 8 of my friends and neighbors. We got together to start doing this.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it, and in a short period of time, more and more people started to come and join us on our rides.
Okay.
So
So basically, a word of mouth and friends and
yes,
family maybe started it out, and it's now it's moving, it's rolling.
It definitely is rolling, and people come to ride with our group for many, many different reasons. Some come for recreational purposes. Some come to try to help them to lose weight, just like I have. There's been lots of people in the area that have had a lot of success with that. Okay. Other people come to socialize, and other people come to experience the streets of Los Angeles. Yes. From the view of a bike seat.
Okay, wow, very exciting. If you are into cycling, and we were talking before the program that I view also as a competitive sport in terms of cycling as an Olympic sport. And there's many ways you can take this sport, and once you get passionate with it, it can take you wherever you want to go.
Absolutely. Actually, one of our kids that comes from the Lincoln Heights, Cypress Park area, he's actually very good, and this year he's going to submit his application to become a professional cyclist in the state of California.
Okay. Well, you seem to be, and in fact you are, I'm going to give you credit, Carlos, for being in the mix of how to promote this as a sport and as a very good tool and instrument for health purposes, as you said, also for interfacing with the social purposes.
Absolutely.
But again, a competition is in the mix. But again, you have now put this in the main here for people to come to the program at any given time, because you have something that anyone can come and participate in on a weekly and even on a monthly basis. Let's talk about that.
Sure, that's correct. One of the things about the Eastside Bike Club, we're the only club in Los Angeles that hosts 2 community rides, and I emphasize community rides in the city. We ride every Tuesday night. We meet up at 6:30 and we ride around 7 o'clock. On Saturdays, we meet up. Now we're getting into the summer. We meet up at 7:30 and we ride at 8. The reason we ask people to come a little bit earlier is to check their brakes, air, just to make sure that everything is fine before we go out on our ride.
Okay.
The rides are completely free to the community. We have riders as young as 6 years old. Our eldest rider is 76 years old. We have what's so neat about it, we have entire families. We have mom, dad, the kids ride with us. There is one family that has the grandfather, his son, and the kids, the wife, brothers, uncles, and what have you. It's really, really neat to actually see the families come in, and now they're doing something different, and they're doing it together. With all the technology that we have, a lot of the times it's even hard with the different schedules. It's even hard to get families together at a table to have a meal. Everyone's running around. This way, everyone's enjoying it, so everybody makes time in their schedule to come to our rides.
Carlos, let's talk about your personal background. Born and raised in the city of Los Angeles? Or-
Here in El Sereno.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
And that's a very, very historic part of the city.
Yes.
And very beautiful part.
Yes.
I want to add.
One of the things growing up in El Sereno and graduating from Wilson High School, a lot of the times we pretty much kept ourselves to that part of the area. As we grow up, we find out wonderful neighborhoods like Boyle Heights, Lincoln Heights, City Terrace, East Los Angeles, and we have so much in common. And for some reason, there were maybe social barriers that kept us apart, but it is wonderful to be able to have everybody from East Los and beyond come and participate on our bike rides.
Okay, and again, you're saying it's absolutely free. Of course, you must have a bike. Does the type of bike matter, or
No, actually, everybody does have their bike. If you don't have a bike and you want to try it out, we've been very fortunate that community members that know about the club, know that what we're doing, they have donated a couple of bikes. We don't have many, but we have a couple of bikes. If you were to call us up or email us or get in contact with us that says, hey, we want to ride with your group, we want to try it out. So even before you spend your money, you could come give us a call and we can possibly lend you a bicycle for our rides. We also had another donation from the Lincoln Heights Neighborhood Council, and they donated 50 bike helmets for the community.
Wow.
So those helmets are there. If you don't have a helmet, which we definitely encourage for you to come out with a helmet, safety is number one. We will let you borrow a helmet for the ride as well.
okay? Gosh, a lot of things that need to be discussed. We have just a limited time. Hopefully this will be the first of several shows, Carlos, as we follow your progress around the city and beyond. You've got plans to ride in the city and maybe downtown and through other areas. There's Glendale. You also mentioned, I think, Glendora. We're going to talk about those things coming up, but it's exciting people to now motivate themselves and take a different look at bicycling.
Absolutely.
That's the way I see it, because this needs to get out to our community.
Absolutely. Bicycling back in the day, right? The 50s, the 60s, and 70s, people would use bicycles, or even municipalities would consider bicycling as a recreational thing, something you would take out, go to the park, maybe go to a bike path. But now, as we move on, bicycle is it is a form of transportation that a lot of cities, city of Long Beach just did a massive turnover on their streets where everything is bike friendly. There's a lot of communities that will benefit for making their establishments bike friendly.
Yes.
A lot of people with parking fees in garages, even in the streets, parking fees went up a lot. Now you could use a bicycle, go to your place, go have lunch, breakfast, or dinner, do some shopping, go watch a movie. You could do it all on a bike.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break here, Carlos, and come back for our second segment. But very quickly, plugging right into the .com, to the internet, quickly, where can people begin to write down the information?
The fastest way to get a hold of us is through our Facebook page. You could go to facebook.com, then look up Eastside Bike Club Los Angeles. You could follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/Eastside Bikes. You could email us at bikesinla@yahoo.com.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, Carlos, and come right back with our second segment. We're talking about cycling, bicycling, riding, however you want to describe it. But again, a very, very important, I want to say, tool for our community to keep them invigorated, keep them physically fit, and to challenge themselves to get out there. Because so many times, Carlos, we hear people say, I don't have time, I'm working too much, just can't find the time. But to get out your old bike and take a ride, hey, that's got to be exciting.
It's very exciting.
Okay, we'll be right back with our second segment of EastLASportsScene.com. Don't go away.